Your body is either allowing you to live the life that you want of your dreams, or it's slowly holding you back. And the more you take care of it, the easier life gets. And on the other end, the less you do, the more of a liability it becomes. Life becomes harder, you become slower, you become heavier, you become sicker. So take that seriously and move towards the best version of yourself so that life is fun and easy and you can achieve your goals. We do this here every morning where we work towards the best versions of ourselves. So if you're ready to make a change in your life, welcome to the 5 a.m. Squat Club. Before we move our bodies and build that, we build our minds by choosing our first thoughts of the day. Let's go. All right, so step one of the 5 a.m. Squat Club is to squat. Get yourself down in what we call our passive squat or human squat position. Feet go underneath the hips and you sit down passively. If you feel like you're gonna fall over backwards, you can grab onto a counterbalance, some sort of weight out in front. Maybe it's a dog if it doesn't stop moving. And then while we're here, we're gonna do a little bit of box breathing. So it'll be a 4-second inhale, a 4-second pause the top, 4-second exhale, and then a 4-second pause the bottom to settle and set our intention for the day. So we'll start on an inhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. I am responsible. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. I will make time between the stimulus and my response. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. I choose gratitude. Try to see the positive. Inhale. All right. Mindset. Prep for the day. Let's start moving the body. Excuse me, dog. Excuse me. So, stop. First thing we do after we get up out of bed is we get up off the floor. It's time to start telling the body that it is time to move. So what that looks like is we're gonna go 2 minutes, lay down, stand up, call it a burpee, call it what you want. Time to start moving. What you're looking at is you can walk yourself down all the way to the floor. You can walk yourself back up. Celebrate at the top the fact you're able to do so. You can pick up the pace if you want with a hop. Just take it at whatever feels right now. And if you want to pick it up over these 2 minutes, go for it. The goal here is just to start getting the body temperature increased. Start lubricating the joints. Start getting the heart rate up a little bit. Telling the body that it's time to work. So we'll move through that for another minute 20. And while we're doing so, think about the commitment that you're making to yourself by being here first thing in the morning. For most of us, this is before the rest of our life wakes up, our families, our jobs, our obligations, and we're prioritizing our health, our fitness, and our discipline so that life is easier. The more you do hard things and you commit to it and you build capacity and you build resilience, the easier life becomes. What you'll find is that if you do the challenging thing intentionally, whether that's getting up in the morning, whether that's pushing yourself hard in the workout, when those challenges show up in your life, you know that you can handle them. You know that because you choose discomfort, you choose challenge, you choose discipline, that you've already experienced those challenges, and when they show up, you know that you're ready and they're not overwhelming. So give yourself that pat on the back because you've chosen to make life better. All right, next step of the warm-up, we're just gonna get the hip flexors moving. So nice tall chest, and we're just pulling the knee up towards the chest, keeping the standing leg straight, keeping the torso upright, trying to feel that pinch in the front hip flexor. Get about 10 per side there, and then we'll switch it up. Good morning, equipment. Good morning, Job, Megan, Jody, Jason, Yaroslav, and Taylor. Good morning, team. Way to get up and get after it. I love it. All right, from here, next one, we're gonna go with our good morning. So feet are underneath the hips. Send those hips back. Find the hamstring tension. Stand up, squeeze the butt. Ease into it. You can push the range a little bit as you go, but maintaining that neutral spine. We're trying to move just around the hips. Had all that hopping this week still has got my calves tight. Those hops over the bar, and then had some double unders at the gym, and time to warm it up. All right, next one from here, we're just gonna stand on a single leg, and you can drop and raise the opposite hip. Just trying to get a little bit of stability in the, stability in the foot, ankle, knee, and then developing a little control through the hip. Starting to turn that up. Excuse me, dog. We've got a good EMOM today. Nothing too crazy intense. And then we've got our Weightlifting Friday snatch complex, Power Snatch complex afterwards. So make sure you hang out for the whole session. Make sure you're getting all your components. Okay, dog, you're making this harder. Maybe 10 cycles here of the rate, stop, of dropping and raising the hip. And then we'll get into our lunge. Not feeling too much soreness from the lunges yesterday, which is nice. From there, long step back, and then drop the hips straight down, let that back knee kiss the floor. Stand it back up, bring those feet together. Try to keep the torso tall during the lunge. Excuse me, dog. As opposed to letting the weight shift forward and the knee come out in front of your foot. Hi. I know you're so excited. You're so excited. At least 10 here with the lunge. And a little bit of tension there in the knee. Okay, and then from there, we're gonna get down onto the floor for some thoracic spine opening here. We're gonna be snatching today, so we definitely wanna open that up. I think the first one we'll use here is all the way down on the chest. And we're gonna go hands on the head. You're just gonna lift from the chest. Trying to open up. You can think about pulling the shoulders back as you lift the chest. Get at least 10 reps there. Turning on the low back a little bit as well. All right, and from there, we'll get our first set of squats for the day. Feet come underneath the shoulders. Thinking about sending the hips back and down, you can use the arms out in front as a counterbalance. Trying to get the hips below the level of the knee. Even weight distribution through the feet, the front and the back of the foot. Stand it up, squeeze the butt. Let's get a few more there. And then we'll go round 2. All right. So next, we'll go with a standing march. Turn that hip flexor stretch, or hip flexor warm up into a little more dynamic motion. Still focusing on keeping the chest upright and closing at the hip. Maple, do you need to make all that noise? Hey, you got toys in here. Okay, next one we're gonna go with our staggered good morning, and we're gonna alternate as well. So I'm setting up the toes of one foot in line with the heel of the other, and then I'm gonna send those hips back, more or less straightening the front leg, and then standing and squeezing. And then I'm gonna alternate, so take a step forward, find those hamstrings, stand, squeeze, alternate, hip, squeeze, and just a little walk around to get that warmed up. You can get a little reach down towards that front foot if you want. Just trying to maintain a relatively neutral spine so that we're getting the stretch through the hamstring. And then the squeeze through the hips. All right, and then the next one, we're gonna go with our single leg RDL. You're gonna hang out on one foot, send the other leg back behind you, stand up, squeeze the butt. You can increase that range of motion, getting to around parallel with the torso. I like the idea of trying to stay on that standing foot, always working on the balance in that foot, working on the little muscles that stabilize your balance in your ankles and your knees. You can spend more time on the less balanced side. You may notice that you have one of those. I think we all do. A few more there on the second side if you haven't switched. We got one more here. Balance on this right side is always challenged. Okay, from there, we're gonna come back down on the floor for our Spider-Man lunge stretch. So into a plank position, take one leg outside the hands, and you're just looking for tension. So you can get some circles with the hips, you can go forwards, backwards. Ooh, the calf is there. Get at least 10 seconds per side, and we'll get 4 of these at least. I may lose count. Whew. Get that hip flexor by pushing the hips forwards. Let's switch it up. Oh. Hey, Doug. Doug. This side for me is not as tight. You may notice one side is tighter than the other. Can spend more time on the tight side. Let's switch it up. Excuse me, dog. Hey, excuse me, Doug. Hi. Hi, Maple Dog. Okay, we'll do one more here, one more switch. Excuse me. Excuse me, Doug. Okay, last one of the Spider-Man lunge. Then we got one more set of squats before we move, before we talk about today's EMOM. Hey. 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 You're right in my face. You're right in my face, Maple. Go away. Okay. Come on up for our second set of air squats. No. We're not doing that. Here, get your toy. maybe 10 air squats here. You can always get more if you're not feeling warm yet. Just get a couple more reps. If you got a machine, you can always hop on that. Make sure we're feeling nice and warm. Although today's EMOM doesn't require a ton of range of motion, the snatches will afterwards. All right. So let's talk about today's EMOM. A little bit lower, call it intensity today. Really just some focus on the hips and some grip. So 2 movements that we're gonna alternate between for 10 minutes are gonna be a farmer's carry, or in my case, just a carry. That's a bad joke. And a weighted glute bridge or hip bridge or whatever you wanna call it. So for the farmer's carry, you can grab 2 things or 1, whatever you have at your disposal. So kind of simplest version of this is grab something. It could be a dumbbell, a kettlebell, a dog, a bag of groceries, a backpack, whatever that you can hold in your hand by your side. If you've got more tools at your disposal, excuse me, dog, you can grab 2. Oh, that's heavier. They don't even need to be the same weight. I would just switch sides every round if they're not the same weight. And the idea here is I'm just gonna squeeze the abs a little bit, squeeze the butt, try to stay upright, as opposed to allowing any rounding or any arching. And you can just walk around. You could just stay stationary if you want, or just a little walk around. Right, so this is just practicing carrying around some weight. This is something that happens here all the time. So very functional movement, especially on the farm. Generally it's water buckets, but this is very real. Second movement, and I'm gonna give a number of options on this one. Kind of at its simplest base level, you're just gonna lay down on your back, knees are at 90, arms by the sides, and you're just gonna push the hips up to the ceiling. Try to make a straight line from the shoulder to your knee. And Maple, and your options here are to do reps. So raise and lower for a set number of reps or a set amount of time, or just hold. So just, you probably can't see anything here because of this dog, but just set up, raise the hips, and then hold. Just push into the floor with your feet, squeeze your butt and abs, and hold there. If you want to make this more challenging, I've got weighted glute bridges written on there. You can take a dumbbell or a barbell or a sandbag or anything, put it on your hips. You may want to have your hands on it for this one just so it doesn't roll back down on you. And then just drive the hips up. You can hold or do reps of it. Another option as well is to do a single leg where you could hold or do those reps. So if you wanted to go single, you could go half and half. You know, maybe 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other. And then for the farmer's carry, I'm gonna aim for most of the minute. So depending on how heavy and how challenging the options you have are, choose an amount of time that's gonna be maintainable. You know, if one of them is easy enough, then try to hold for the whole minute. Try to go a little bit longer. If you wanted to do those glute bridges heavier, you could grab a barbell, put the barbell across your hips, and this can also be done elevated. You'll see a lot of people in the gym, specifically females generally, they'll basically lean on a bench, and this isn't gonna feel fun because it's not a bench, but shoulders on the bench, bar on the hips, and then drive the, Maple, why can't you let me show this? And then you just drive up from there with the barbell across the hips. Requires a little more setup, but another good option, especially if you wanted to make that heavy. So, take a minute, set up any gear you might have or might want to use, and then we'll get started in just a minute here. Make sure you hit that like button, the thumbs up before we start. Just trying to think of what I'm going to use here. So you may have a different weight for the hip, for the glute bridge than the farmer's carries. That's okay. Maybe the same. Try to figure this out. I think I might go with the hold on the glute bridge. Just to, yeah. I may change it up, to be honest. I may switch the glute bridge. I might do some singles, some doubles, some holds. Just mess around. What I would do is find the one that is challenging and stick with that. All right, let me know in the chat if you guys have any questions or concerns, and we're gonna get started in just a minute here. Don't forget, we got Weightlifting Friday coming up after this with our 3-position Power Snatch. I'm gonna use this for my glute bridge because the floor is cold. All right, so simple one, not a whole lot of setup here today. Should be pretty much ready to go. So let's do this. Maple. All right, team. So alternating farmer's carry. Maple, stop it. Farmer's carry, glute bridges. Simple, simple. This looks like a good one. Use my sandbag. Perfect. Okay. Let's do this. Farmer's carry is first. I would try to basically, unless it's extremely hard for you, I would aim to do that for the majority of the minute. Same thing with the hip extension. Try to hold it for most of the minute. Or up and down, whatever you're doing. I don't know how to set this up. All right, we're gonna give her a go. What do you say, Taylor? I'll do single leg glute. Nice, nice. The single is good. You'll find your butt will be on fire. All right, 10 seconds, team. Farmer's carry first. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. This is basically what I'm gonna do after the session. Once the sun comes up a little bit, I'll be outside filling buckets of water to bring to the critters. And this is my morning. So this is, if I had some really heavier dumbbells, that probably would have been better, because this is basically the weight of a water bucket. We do a lot of this here. This is a very regular activity. So if anybody were to question the functionality of this one, they'd be wrong. I mean, this could be your grocery bags. This will start to test your grip. Grocery bags, anything that you carry around. All right, 10. There we go. First set of glute bridge. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Go. Get out of here. And for this first one, I may just hold. Maybe not. Probably get some reps. Figure out as we go. For this set, I'm gonna drop, raise, hold for 5, and alternate like that. Really thinking about pushing the hips up hard, squeezing your butt. It's 30. Oh, it's starting to burn already. Maple, no, you're not helping. No, you're not helping. Stop. Maple. That's 45. 50. All right, second set of farmer's carry. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Got 2 different weights here. Nothing wrong with 2 different weights. I would just switch sides maybe every set. Because that is real life. You're not necessarily always going to have perfect conditions, perfect weights. Still got to carry it. Still got to get it done. That's 30. This is gonna get grippy. If you don't have anything heavy enough, another option would be a single barbell. Just hold the deadlift, basically. Just staying tall, keeping the chest upright, abs on. That's 50. All right, glute bridge, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. I'm gonna go singles here.
No mercy in this world, just hunger thirsty persons.
So I'm just doing reps, single leg. 30 seconds, approximately. You can do this with load. You just hold the top. Keep those abs on, try not to extend through the spine. That's 50. It's weird, that one I feel all in the hamstring. Good morning, Amelie. 3, 2, 1. Back to the carry. Dog. Make sure you hang out afterwards for weightlifting or our snatch complex.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth.
It's 20.
There to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away.
Try to think about maintaining a nice arch in your foot while you do these, guys. Focus on not letting that foot roll in. Whoa, this is getting really grippy. Harder than I thought. That's 50. Oh, this is getting rough. All right, back to glute bridge. 2, 1, go. Whoa. Maple. Take your toy, get out of here. Please get off my lap. Just holding a single. Wow, that's hard. That's 30. Switch it up.
The top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown. Get in my way and to be put down.
40.
If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now.
Push up hard. Keep squeezing that butt. 50. Alright, farmer carry. 3, 2, 1. Back at it. Think about shoulders back, chest up, head to the ceiling. Just breathe through the grip.
No mercy in this world, just hunger thirsty persons in different
wow, this is testing my grip.
Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different
Maybe no, don't do that. It's 30. Wow. It's getting much harder than I thought. That's 40. Hang on. 45. 50. All right, back on the glute bridge. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. No.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth. Put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your
Ow, that was my arm. Stop. Wow, this one burns hard. 40. Wow. I need to do these more, I guess. 50. All right, last round. Back on the farmer's carry. Go.
Give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
10.
Everybody in the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the base.
30.
The top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing.
Whoa, grip is going.
Faces, hey. Give me that crown. Get in my way and to be put down.
40.
All this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose a grip and lose a gift.
50.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
All right, last set on the glute bridge. Go ahead. Maple. So not helpful. Just gonna do doubles. Seems to feel good.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger thirsty persons in different versions. Each new workday that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens.
30. Halfway.
So do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a
40.
to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
5.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
50.
Please, Lord, give me a sign.
3, 2, 1. Nice. Hi. Hi, dog. Get out of here. All right, well done. Woo. How did that feel? The butt on fire? Slightly lower intensity on that one, which is okay. Doesn't always need to be the most out of breath thing. I feel like I'm gonna feel that tomorrow though. Real functional capacity there. Those are real things. Whew. All right, let's talk about our weightlifting. Next. All right, so today for our weightlifting Friday session, we're going 3-position power snatch. I'm gonna flip my hat around here. All right, so this could be dumbbell or barbell. I'd say barbell is ideal if you have one, but if you don't, this can be done with the dumbbell, no problem. So what we're looking at, oh, this might be a little narrow. I'll use the stick. So if you are brand new to weightlifting, this can be done with a PVC stick. So this is your starting option, PVC or a broomstick or I don't know, hockey stick, whatever. You're gonna grab that with a nice wide grip, basically wide enough such that when you bring your knee up towards your chest, it doesn't bend your arms. So it's sitting basically right in the hip crease. You could bend over it, put the bar in the hip, straighten out the arms, and then that's another way of establishing that snatch grip. And if you're brand new to weightlifting in general, we would then use a hook grip. So the thumb goes around and then the fingers go around the thumb. And that's like your strap to hold onto that bar, especially when you're doing multiple reps and the bar is coming back down. So what we're looking at here for 3 position, first is gonna be from the high hang, right from the hip. Second one's gonna be above the knee, and third one will be below the knee or even touch and go, depending on kind of where you're at. So what we're looking at here is for the high hang, excuse me, and this applies to all 3. I always wanna move back through this position, but right from the hip, press the hips back a little bit, jump, catch. What we're looking at is receiving the barbell locked out with the arms with bent knees, right? So I'm moving, driving, moving under the bar, receiving, and then standing up. If you want to take a minute here and just get the shoulders warm a little bit, put that barbell on your back, dip, drive, press, get a few push presses to warm up the shoulders. You could even go with a push jerk, dip, drive, and drop, just warming up that slightly lower position. Maybe even some pass-throughs if you've got a PVC. Just go from overhead to behind the head, behind the shoulders. If you're feeling a little bit tight, we have done some push-ups this week. I did some bench press as well. So that's a little bit tight. On the last glute bridge, I rolled over into child's pose. Felt good to stretch. Nice. Perfect. So once the shoulders are a little warmed up there, a little bit loose, we'll talk here again. So 3 position, first is gonna be from the hip. So when you dip, you don't want the bar to come away from the hip. Keep it in there, jump catch. Next one, same movement, but we're gonna come away from the hip to the knee. In this position, shoulders are out in front of the bar. And then from that position, I'm trying to recreate that bar in the hip spot so the knees come forward, the chest pulls back. Once I get into the hip, drive, catch, stand it up. Third one, same idea, but I'm just gonna go further down. So hips start to go back, and then I'm gonna cross the knee, bend the knee a little bit. If I'm going all the way to the floor, the knees are gonna come forward a little bit more. I'm gonna push away from the ground till I cross the knee, and then it's lather, rinse, repeat. Come back through vertical by shoving the knees forward, pulling the chest up, jump catch or drive catch. So here's the whole complex, and then we'll take a minute to set it up with some weight if you'd like. So from the hip, dip, jump catch. Reset the top, bring it back down to the hang, to the knee, shoulders out in front, get back through vertical, jump catch. And then the third one, hips back, cross the knee, bend them a little bit, press away, get vertical, jump catch. All right, so let's start warming that up. Even if you're going, with a stick or something nice and light, still get some warm-up reps in here. Oh, if you don't have a barbell or a stick, I'm gonna suggest you use a stick. If you wanted to do this with a dumbbell, you're just gonna go single arm. You could go double arm as well if you wanted 2 dumbbells. That'll just be more challenging. Barbell's rolling back. So from the hip, short dip, jump catch. Ooh, that one's hard. The second one from the knee, jump catch. And then the third one, touch and go, cross the knee, jump catch. And then you'd get the same on the other side if you were using a dumbbell. But we're gonna play with the barbells today. And if you don't have one, a stick is a good option. So from the hip, dip, jump catch. From the knee, dip, jump catch. What are you doing? And then below. Okay, let's get some weight on there if you got it. Let me know any questions you might have in terms of technique or anything on this while we're setting up. If you're already ready and feeling warm, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Basically the best way to support this channel right now. Hit those reactions on the bottom of the chat. Think about who you could maybe share this with. We'd love to grow this community of like-minded people trying to better themselves together. The bigger the team, the better the success. Okay, maybe one more warm-up set here and then we're gonna get going. Maple, go. Maple, get out of here.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right.
Whoa.
Play the game, win it life, have no shame. There's no time, feel the pain, live the grind. I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb. The only way to win it life. I never miss that fact.
Okay, we're not starting crazy heavy here. Probably gonna start 95. And so we're gonna go 5 sets here. 1 set every 2 minutes on the 2. Sharia, good morning. Good morning. Get that broomstick out or the PVC and let's snatch. Okay. I think I'm ready. Not starting crazy heavy. That first rep, right from the hip, is the most challenging one because there's not a lot of time to accelerate the barbell, not a lot of space to accelerate the barbell. So really think about moving underneath it on the first one. I mean all of them, but especially the first one because not as much acceleration. All right, team. Let's do this. Every 2 minutes, 5 sets. 2. All right. Oh, chalk. You gonna stand right there, Maple? Not a good spot. All right, team. Let's do this. 10 seconds. First set, high hang, hang from the knee, and then low hang below the knee. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. First one's the challenge. The next 2 are not that bad for me. I'm gonna aim to increase the load a little bit each round, unless I get to a place where I can't, but that's the goal. Maple, stop licking me, please. Please, 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 dog. Please. No. No, no, no. Let me know how that's feeling. Tasharia, today's workout was pretty, call it simple, slightly lower intensity. Definitely an easy one to start out with if you want to start stepping up the routine. Definitely accessible for anybody. Carry some stuff around and push your hips up. Pretty simple one today. Simple, not necessarily easy, but simple technique-wise. Remember, there are capacities that we need to build that will make life easier, right? And if you neglect those capacities, the opposite happens and life becomes harder. And those challenges that you run into in your life seem more daunting because you don't have the experience dealing with the challenges. The more you challenge yourself intentionally, easier that is. All right, 5, set 2, 3, 2, 1. Maple, no. Hey. How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they always cap. I ain't playing no. It's not easy. That's not easy. It's 2 down. I don't know if I'm gonna go up everyone. That'll be challenging. Maybe. What are you doing there, nigga? Okay. 2 down. 3 to go. You're thinking about speed, under the bar, nice aggressive drive, all the above. Maple, no, hey, hey, hey. against the wall. 40 seconds. Set 3 coming up. Talia, good morning. Your father's 80th birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. That's awesome. Where is South, Talia? Where were you? South sounds warm. What am I doing here? 20 seconds. Good. 10. All right, set 3. It's getting heavier. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Wow. Oh, jeez.
Never break, always fight,
Woo.
never quit.
Kind of wish I had some little weights to go on there.
Have no shame.
2.5s or something. That's hard. Huh. 2 more sets.
I never miss that fact. Taking big swings, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag.
Got 1 more weight to go up, but I don't know if I want to do it now or just for the last set. It's hard and I don't want to drop this barbell. We'll do it. We'll do it. Not going to work out at the gym today. Might as well get it in there. That makes me nervous. Make yourself nervous. Challenge yourself. Once again, it makes life easier. 40 seconds. Thanks, Adam. 5-day affair. Wow, awesome. South for me, but
they want to say my name, but they holding back. They want to say they hate,
Robin
they know
Hood.
it's cap. I ain't playing no
Robin Hood
games. I
land.
just do that's fact, and I don't feel no shame. It's a
Nottinghamshire.
mood you lack.
Sounds
I
like
go
a
crazy.
storybook.
Nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track,
The
I
UK
work on
is a
the
neat,
daily. Pass me the jack,
neat
right, it's
place.
got me hazy. About to unpack all
Being
these
so
I've been
old.
chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories I
Happy birthday to your dad.
be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm
All right.
living up every
Set
breath.
4.
I'd
3,
rather lead than be
2,
led. I'll
1.
the seeds as I spread with every word that I've said.
Okay, barbell. Maple, you should probably go away. Oh. Hot damn. Oh. 1 more set, team. That was hard. Woo. How's that going, team? 5:30 a.m. weightlifting. You stinky? What's that smell? Oh, it's your face. You stinky. You stinky. This dog likes to eat chicken poop. It's not nice. It seems like most dogs like to do that. Gross. Got some snow removal clips today. Got the snow blower on the tractor. It's been very cold, windy, snowy. Here, winter is definitely upon us. Everybody's eating hay. Doing it. Feels great. Nice. I know you like the Power Snatch, Jody. One of your favorites, huh? How were those step-ups yesterday, Jody? Alright, last set. 10 seconds. Okay, maybe. Alright, last set. Take your time if you need it. You know, you don't take your time.
They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't playing no games. I just do that's fact, and I don't
We did it.
feel no shame. It's a mood you lack.
I didn't drop the bar on your head, Mabel.
I ain't lazy.
That's a win. That's a win right there. Oh, that got pretty tough. Great job, team. Hell yeah. We made it. We survived. Pretty good. Pinky on the hands. Crazy how that made me nervous. That's not the crazy part. I think the crazy here, we'll chat while we stretch here. All right, great job, team. What do you do? Glute bridges, farmer's carry, snatches. Let's open up the hips a little bit here. You are so in the way. I know. Okay, so what we'll do is just and I know we do this one a lot, but just take your dog and make sure they're completely in the way, licking your leg. So we're gonna sit nice and tall, and we're gonna cross one leg over. Hi, excuse me. One leg over, cross that one leg across, try to sit nice and tall, and you're Maple, and you're just trying to stretch out that hip that is bent, right? The leg that is across, you're gonna feel a stretch. You see my foot is shaking. You're gonna feel a stretch in that butt cheek on that bent leg side. And then what I was gonna say there was the after effects of, partially working hard and partially, the challenge there of those snatches where there's maybe even a little bit of, call it a little bit of concern, a little bit of nervousness about, hey, can I make this lift? What is this going to be like? And right after we finished that last lift, I had automatically a sense of, I don't want to say euphoria, but a sense of, accomplishment. I'm struggling choosing the word, but a feeling of like, I feel great, success. I worked through that challenge. It was successful. And I think that's kind of the idea today. Our theme is that, put yourself in places that are challenging. Put yourself in situations that are uncomfortable, beneficially uncomfortable, right? That when you get through that situation, that there's a reward, not a reward, right? You're not doing this for external validation, but there's value in it, right? You learn something, you grow. It's not just something challenging that'll screw you up. But there's that feeling of accomplishment that transfers over, right? Next time you come up against a challenge, you've been there before. You've succeeded through it. You've felt the reward of working through the challenge and being successful. To be honest, even if you're not successful, just working through something and then, knowing that, hey, I can come back and work on this and get better. But there's value, right? There's value in challenging yourself and getting uncomfortable in your real life. You get to a place where any challenge seems realistic, right? It seems doable because you've put yourself there before enough times that, hey, I am someone who can work through challenges and be successful, who can make it through, and it just becomes, you become resilient. You get to a place where nothing is gonna stand in your way because you know that you can accept that challenge and work through it. So, good job to you guys for working through, taking that seriously and making sure that you do things that are hard. Imagine the opposite, right? If you just always took the easy route. I took the comfortable, route in terms of what I eat and when I sleep and what kind of work I do. You get the opposite result. You get into a place where everything scares you, and you freeze because you never put yourself into that challenging way that you get comfortable, and anything that seems uncomfortable seems impossible and daunting, right? So you have two choices: attack, challenge, get uncomfortable intentionally, make life easy, or avoid it and life is way harder. So you guys are obviously already understanding this. You're here this long in, you're doing the work, you get it. You're gonna see that when you bump into something in life that's a challenge or could be deemed a challenge, that you've got that confidence because you've done the things. Yeah, Job says, if it doesn't scare you, are you really living? I mean, hey, I like to say you're either growing or you're dying. So you're saying exactly that. I switch sides, by the way, if you haven't done that. If you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, you're growing, you're getting better, you're increasing your ability to deal with those challenges. And if you're not, there's no such thing as stagnation. I don't believe in that. There is no neutral, right? I mean, in nature, you are going to continue to age. You're going to continue to deteriorate. It's not neutral. You don't stay the same. If I don't do anything, I'm not just going to live forever in this state. I'm eventually going to decline and die. So if I'm not challenging myself, I'm dying faster. If I am, I'm growing, right? I'm getting better. I'm more resilient. I'm more able to deal with those challenges. So you're right on there, Job. Right on. So on that note, where is it? On that note, outside of exercise, you want to challenge yourself as well. You want to, and this is maybe even a deeper challenge. It's the challenge of like, who can I be? When you ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like? If you've got a big enough picture of that, like, it should be challenging. It should be scary. It should be, I'm gonna share something with you here that may be silly. I was telling my wife the other day that, like, I want to set a big goal, because if you're not working towards something and challenging yourself and scaring yourself, then, like, what's the point? Are you living the best version of that life? And I was saying to her, and maybe somewhat jokingly, but, like, I'd like to go on Joe Rogan. I'd like to be a guest on Joe Rogan. And maybe just because I really like Joe Rogan and I feel like it'd be a fun conversation. But I think it's important to set goals that are scary. Set some aspirations that, like, you don't think that you can achieve, but you're going to try. You're going to work towards, right? I'm just going to continue doing this thing that over time will, more and more people will see this as the morning routine. Hey, if I want to, improve myself in the morning, like, I'm going to go join the 5 a.m. squat club. I'm just going to keep doing these actions, trying to make this better every day, to the point where this is well known as the morning routine, right? This is where you go on YouTube to start your day. So take that, right? Make a picture of your life in your head of something that is scary, right? That is something that most people would say to you, hey, like, come on, that's unrealistic. Don't be silly. You're not going to be able to do that. And just start doing the work, right? If you set I know I talk about under promise, over deliver a little bit, or a lot. And this is kind of the opposite of that. This is a big goal. But the way that I see it is, if you do the work, then that's the only way that you're going to get there, right? So you might as well set that goal, set it big, and then just focus on the work. Don't focus on the goal anymore after that. Just focus on doing the step, right? Just doing the thing that if you do it over and over again, you will get there. So do the work. Sit down, define your goal, take action every day towards it. All right, I've got my call now, so let's get a couple clips in here. I think the first one may be a little bit loud. It is the snowblower, so I'll turn it down if need be, but there you go. So this was my task yesterday, and you'll notice this is a very old, I was gonna say second hand, but probably like 10th hand snowblower that I got from a neighbor a couple years ago when we moved out here. And you'll notice if you look at the bottom of the screen there that I'm just plowing. There's a pile of snow building up there because the chain that runs the impeller keeps tripping off. It keeps falling off the thing, and I have to get out there 3 times during doing our driveway. I had to get out there and try to wrangle this chain back around the sprocket, which, you know, if you know me, you know that I am not super mechanically inclined. So becoming a farmer has been challenging on many different levels, right? Learning how to deal with the animals, but at the same time, you basically have to become a mechanic, and I have no experience with that. So it's yesterday was a fun day trying to deal with that snowblower, but I got it done. Chain came off at least 3 times. So what should have taken, I don't know, half an hour or 40 minutes took an hour and a half, but it is what it is. Got it done. And you know, another point on that is that the physical challenges of getting these things in are made easier by what we do here in the morning and by those challenges. So important. All right, what else do I have for you for today? Oh, here's just the cows getting watered. Look at them covered in snow. It is chilly out there. This doesn't do it justice. You can't tell how windy it is, but it is very cold. Hey. And you'll see, you know, non-ideal situations. I got the truck pulling this over because the 4-wheeler won't start. It's cold. It is really winter out here. All right, and then I've got one more clip here. And Talia, you may not love this one. I don't think it's disturbing. I think it's just very neat. It's actually a well, I'll just show you. I posted this on Instagram as well. But this is the no, it's not Cece. But that was Cece, Megan, you saw, but this is not her. But this is the other animal, the one that we are putting in the freezer currently. And this is hanging. So this animal we dispatched over 2 hours ago, and this is the back leg, just like chemical response, just still twitching. I think it's very interesting. I'm sorry if this is disturbing. I mean, I'm disturbed by the fact that he cut through the fat there a little bit and got to the muscle, but very cool to see. So this is hanging from the tractor. This animal has been deceased for 2 hours at least, and its back leg muscle. I mean, there were a couple other spots where you could see it twitching. This was just the most obvious. But how cool is that? So neat. And how delicious does that look as well? Look at the color of that fat. You don't get that on a younger animal. When you get an animal that's been processed at 18 months, that fat is white. This is real stuff. That's got beta carotene in it. You know, when people talk about, hey, you need to eat carrots for, maybe I'm getting this wrong, for beta carotene, like, you can get that in animals for sure. Okay. I think those are all the clips I got for today. So, final note, do things that are challenging, make life easier. Build your body and your confidence and your mindset to a place where challenges are just part of the regular, right? Part of your life that you deal with and you work through. So tomorrow we've got our sandbag Saturday, right? Another functional workout. We're going to be doing, I think we're going to go to the AMRAP 50, or not AMRAP, EMOM 15 with cleans, squats, and carries. So get your sandbags ready for tomorrow. Hey, that'll be a little higher and a lot higher intensity than this morning. So get ready for that one. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out, and I will see you all tomorrow. Love you guys. Have yourselves a fantastic Friday. Peace.